Changeup is like your standard typical two seam circle changeup. Um, I have it, I wouldn't say necessarily like deep in my hand, like my palm, but it's like all the way in the back of my fingers. And it's touching my palm. It's like touching the top of my hand, the top of my palm, right?
Like where your calluses are? Is that what you're
Yeah,
looking
like
at
pretty
there?
much where the calluses are, that's where it rests. Um, Thought process with throwing it, I do not think about pronating ever. That will just screw me up. I'm never like, oh, like try and throw it like this. You know, there's none of that. That's like the Luis Castillo style changeup, which is disgusting, but a different kind of changeup than mine. Strasburg throws that one too, where it's like that sideways spinner. That's like the kind of when I watch it, like that nasty changeup, it gets swings and misses, not because of velo difference, but because of like super late fade and break. Mine, I can throw it like a certain way where it's like just dead straight, like my heater, or I can kind of like finish it a little bit and get a little bit of that fade. But the basic thought process is like I'm throwing a fastball, arm speed, huge, being behind the ball with both of my fingers and then just like letting it come off my middle finger because that's the longest one. So looking at the Rapsodo numbers, Rapsodo pitch effects, whatever. My changeup, depending on how I release it, like it will have a ride to it. So it'll be like my fastball. It will have that like vertical carry, which uh, most pitching minds like look at that data and be like, oh, you don't want your changeup to do that. I actually do want my changeup to do that sometimes because it makes it look more like my four seam fastball. And so, you know, if, let's say guys in a 2-0 count, he's looking heater, and I throw a pitch that looks identical to the heater, but it's 12 miles an hour slower. It's like most likely going to be a swing and miss or like off the end of the bat.